Libra, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021. January. I'm working with the Morgane Mail tarot deck now. I'm just thrilled to kind of be in your space and your energy. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, too many cards, but I don't know why they were the other way around. Okay, noted. It's too many cards, so I'm not going to take them. But let's just get straight to the point. Libra, you've reached a point where you no longer need to run around in circles. Where you are able to be politically correct, polite, nice, without avoiding the point or achieving the purpose, which is master level Libra. That's your ideal state, where you don't compromise truth for the sake of harmony, right? Harmony and truth can go hand in hand. It's a very delicate balance. It's an art form that you are here to master. And I feel like I'm tapping into a lot of you out there that are like, I think I got it. I think I figured out how to be authentic and true and relatable, respectful. That's amazing, my love. As I'm recording this, the moon is in Libra. Yay. My moon is in Libra. Yay. Okay. Yes, it's for several placements. Take it as it resonates. All my readings tend to incorporate spiritual and energy work and guidance. A lot of my seekers tell me that they watch all my videos, which makes me feel awesome. But obviously, if you jive, stay. If you don't, don't. All good. There will be a love extended to this reading, so whatever direction this takes us, love, no love, whatever, I'll just read the cards. Either way, the extended will focus on your love life, regardless. To the detail, to the T. Maybe you're having tea. Can we have a tea party? Libra, can we please have a tea party? I never had a tea party. I want to have a tea party. Temperance. Well, there are, cups and liquids, so maybe it's tea. I don't know. But, sorry. Temperance. It's pretty much summing exactly what I just said. You've reached a very delicate, artful balance in your abilities, in your skill. In times of imbalance or on the process and the way towards figuring this balancing act out, there were many times where you had to choose. I'm either truthful but harsh and possibly hurtful and comes with a price, or I kind of sacrifice my truth and compromise and become relatable and approachable, but it makes me feel like something is lost. But this is beautiful confirmation of what I just said for you. It also allows you to tap into your intuitive abilities, Libra. The second you kind of reach that sweet spot, your intuition starts skyrocketing, because our intuition manifests fully and best when we align with our soul purpose and our blueprint, color palettes. Okay, if your blueprint and color palettes and soul purpose is to reach that balance, and you do so, immediately the portal to source and to energy, to communication, healing, manifestation opens up. I need to fix something with the settings. I can't do it now. Never mind. I'll do it later. So some of you are going to discover healing abilities. Those of you who are already healers, it's going to expand and deepen. Your intuition will go sharper. Your understanding of situations and other perspective will become clearer. You'll recognize times in the past where you thought you were recognizing the other side, or you thought you knew exactly what they were thinking or why they're doing what they're doing, but you will reach a level where you're like, oh my God, in retrospect, you will look back and you're like, actually, I think they meant something different or felt something different, or it came from a different place. And you'll recognize where you also projected your subjective emotions onto them, and it kind of mixed up with your analytical, very sharp ability nonetheless, but still it was a little bit muddled. And now that you have like a present clear perspective over situations, it also happens in retrospect. And so by default, it also throws you back to events in the past that kind of stuck, from massive trauma to just, occasions that kind of lingered since and has affected your behavior and your faith even. And there's something very healing about this, very soul retrieval type of energy, where you go back and you realize, actually that person meant something else or felt something else, and it wasn't as hurtful as I thought, or there was a different reason to it. It's very, very comforting, this energy. Libra, this is wonderful. Oh my gosh. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Sorry. We gotta have some fun, right? The devil. A while back, a few months back, I don't remember when exactly, a good time ago, I did a reading for you guys and I named it Dancing with the Devil in the Middle of the Room. Does this not look like a little bit they're dancing? I don't know, maybe there's something in that reading for you. Okay. As your sight focuses and becomes more clear and sharp, like through a telescope, or you also see aspects in yourself or in your relationship, this could be outside of you, often it's both, that have been corrupt. When I say corrupt, I mean like evil, mean, low-key not good for you. Surface level, superficial wise, great. And the package is perfect. That person is XYZ, they're this and they're that. So on the surface, everything is good, everything is great. This romantic relationship, or this situationship, or this friendship, or this dynamic, or this job, whatever. I mean, yeah, it's great. It's always been great. But suddenly, as your sight goes 20/20, like you're perfecting your eyesight into even deeper layers than you used to even be able to see. You were always insightful, but now it goes even deeper. Now you're recognizing something that isn't good for you. It could be a person, it could be a vice. It could be an addiction, it can be a habit, right? But it's something that up until now you were under the impression that it was good for you. You thought it was good for you. This is not something you always knew is bad. Maybe you had like an intuitive inclination, or an itch about it, and you weren't certain, but you kept kind of brushing it off. But you can no longer do that. Something becomes painfully clear that is not good for you. Okay? This is a friend that you realize are actually a frenemy in one way, shape, or form. This is a partner that You might discover narcissistic tendencies that on the surface they're perfect, but you couldn't really point out how come I'm not feeling good, or how come I'm feeling insecure. Is it something is wrong with me maybe? And then you realize, no, it's not me, it's them. Now, if you're a cross watcher for a Libra, you can reverse the roles. Maybe it's a Libra, maybe you're feeling that with a Libra, whatever, right? But this reading is for you, sitting there watching me. Place yourself. But that which was hidden will become very known. You've already had the inclination throughout December, Sagittarius season, and now in January, Capricorn season, it will become very clear. You will receive some sort of a confirmation to what you've suspected or are suspecting. And it's going to be soon. It's going to be by the 15th of January, I believe. Possibly around the new moon on the 12th, so maybe between the 12th and the 15th-ish. Don't put too much emphasis when I give you timelines, because these are general readings, so it can vary, okay? Maybe you're watching this a year from now and it's relevant for you, so. Show me more for Libra for January. I love this reading so far, very intriguing. Five of Pentacles. There is something that you are going to be left without this month. Something is going to leave your life, or you will leave their or its life. It's not going to feel good, but it's for your utmost benefit. This is something, a tendency, a cycle, a relationship. This could be trauma bonding type of connection with someone that, your connectivity was only based on trauma. And so the bond itself kept cycling both of you, or at least one of you, to that place, kind of maintaining that. So it's very hard to outgrow it when there is something that keeps anchoring you back to that energy or mindset, yeah? But this month is taking it out of your life. So even if it feels sudden or painful, know that, remember this reading, come back to this reading, mark this reading or something, but so you'll have a reminder that this is good. It will feel like a loss though. This could be something or someone that you've had in your life for a very long time. Or a mindset that served as part of your character. This is a mindset possibly of lack, of loss, like this could go really, really deep. This could be like, I'll give you an example. This doesn't have to be evil or bad. This could just be something that keeps you stuck. For example, Holocaust survivors. I grew up as a generation to grandparents that survived the Holocaust. Not specifically me, but my generation, our grandparents, kind of really, really carried that narrative of you got to finish up the food from the plate, and you got to always be ready, because any moment now someone can barge in the door and drag you out, or you can feel warm now, but in a second there will be winter and someone will rip the clothes out of your back, and always be ready and always and gather food. That's the mentality I'm talking about. None of these people were or are bad. They suffered an immense trauma, and I'm giving a very extreme example on purpose, right? You place yourself on your level, but it's an aspect of you that is based on trauma, that this relationship is based on, or this mindset is based on, that has been keeping you in that, when we feel something or think something deeply, and not only that, we also act upon it, that just manifests more, right? Faith plus action, that's manifestation. So if you believe this mindset and you act upon or based on that mindset, possibly lack mentality or some sort of something horrible can happen, you keep manifesting it. So there's possibly a connection in your life that is based on that is glued with, with that glue, with that energy. And maybe they are a fine person, but until you and them, detach the energies from one another, that cycle can't really stop, right? The wheel has to break out of the car for it to stop the motion, because both of them are driving and there's no brakes. Okay, and something got to stop this infinite movement that is very, very dangerous. So the wheel is a good person, the car is a good person, but they're feeding one another with inertia. So until there's a detachment, it won't stop. So this might be the reason why this is so painful and hard. Okay, so it could be someone or something toxic, good riddance, but keep in mind it could be someone positive that you love. And it's circumstantial, right? Which makes it even harder. So, I need to sneeze. Okay, so I go, okay, we'll come out when I'm not ready. I am so sorry. That was bizarre. Just get it out of your system already, why don't you? Okay. Okay. Show me more for January for Libra. Message for my Libra seekers, please. Four of Wands in the upright. Interesting. It was literally in the reverse, wanted to be upright, so it replaced itself. That's brilliant. Cards, Spirit, you're brilliant. That's amazing. Okay. Yeah. As soon as that cycle breaks, a new cycle that is very stable, profoundly stable is going to begin. This is a sense of, this is finding a sense of community, a sense of belonging, like-minded people. This could possibly denote a house move. It could literally be that, letting go of a place of living for the sake of a new one that has a different energy, a completely different type of neighborhood, completely different type of lifestyle, completely different type of energy that is profoundly more suitable with this newfound mastery of your own energy that you've attained. I have a very strong feeling, Libra. I suddenly got like this really powerful feeling that you'll look back, at this time in your life, knowing that it was the pivotal moment that changed everything. Like January will be carved in your memory somehow. There's a sense of breaking out into freedom. And the thing is, it's not even with, seemingly it's not with actions. It's your energy work that you did, the healing that you've done, and the balance that you've achieved. Now, nothing is perfect. There's always challenges, and you will face challenges in your life. I'm not saying that you're now free of everything. We're all always constantly on the journey, but you've accomplished something really, really big with your mindset. You've healed something very deep, something that sometimes people, even a lifetime is not enough. Sometimes it's one of those things that people take lifetimes to get over. You might have dealt with it for a lifetime, or you've done some intense master level work on this. But there's something really brilliant about a lot of you out there listening to me, and you're just stepping through a portal of a completely different lifestyle. I don't know if you have like meaningful Aquarius placements or something with the whole, maybe some of you are going through your Jupiter return in Aquarius. Jupiter and Saturn moving into Aquarius feel very, very relevant to me in this. The South Node being in Sagittarius feels very relevant to me for this. Venus moving from Sag into Capricorn this month is also feeling relevant in one way, shape, or form. It doesn't really matter. Those are just, captions. Anyway. Mars is moving from Aries to Taurus on the 8th. I think maybe Black Moon Lilith and Aries, Mars and Aries have done some pretty intense work on working through your survival issues. Something with survival is coming up. Something with being on the run. Now, this is not for all of you, and if it's not for you, just take what does and leave what doesn't, okay? But some of you carry this frequency of escape, being on the run. Watch Capricorn. I don't know, somehow Capricorn had something similar come up. And we do have some Capricornian energy kind of hinting itself, so watch Capricorn for January. You're no longer running, Libra. You found the home within yourself. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you found your forever home geographically, but you found the home within yourself, which will inevitably manifest with stability when it comes to home. So many sirens. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you can hear it. Show me more. I was just thinking, it's 4:14 as I'm recording this. I just looked at the clock. And I was just thinking, before I looked up to see 4:14, I was just thinking 4:14. Something. Okay. It's alchemy of energy that changes your reality. That's the numerology behind it. And I love the confirmation. Some of you are really good at math and sacred geometry. Some of you have a thing with gematria, numerology, math regardless, equations. You look at life with like you see equations everywhere. I've had it when I was a kid. I used to go into a room and count certain things in the room, tiles, chairs, things like that, and I would know intuitively. I would know the energy of the place based on how I counted. Like somehow I've had these equations in my head. I just knew what it meant. I do Babylonian numerology, and I've only learned that later on throughout my 20s. But that's what I do because I didn't really connect with the Pythagoras numerology. No shade on that. It's a completely legitimate type of numerology, but it's not where I come from. It's not what I carry in my DNA, in the DNA of my knowledge. Sorry. But something like that is coming up here. So maybe some of you have that, talent, and you just maybe want to try it, practice it, have fun with it. I can't really give you guidance on how to do it. It's very personal. It's very subjective. It's very kind of playing with it as it comes. Like It's something that comes to you from the gut, from your gut, right? Which is interesting because seemingly it's something mental, right? Mathematical, but it's derived from the gut, from the instincts, from the gut brain to the head brain. We have 3 brains, by the way, in case you're not aware. The gut brain, the heart brain, and the mind brain. This is not like a philosophy. It's scientific. The gut is an entire mind of its own, super important. It's the most important one, actually. It's the strongest one. It's fascinating. And then the heart, and then the mind. Sorry, I don't know. Neither here nor there. Some of you might dig this like fun fact. Continue. Back on track. Continue for Libra for January. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. Libra, from 5 of Pentacles to 10 of Pentacles. Do you even understand what it is that you're doing? This is you. You're manifesting something huge. If you're new to my channel and my regular seekers, please, comment. I don't do readings for the sake of telling you what you want to hear. I don't do like magical hoo-ha readings unless there's actual magic. If I see a rainbow, I'll say it's a rainbow, but if I see a storm, I'll say a storm, So it's like the second you alter that mindset from the deepest aspect of your subconscious, and the wheels start to turn differently, and you value yourself differently, the manifestation, the changes in your reality are going to be, I'm not kidding, huge. Ten of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. Some of you are moving in with a partner, or getting married, or becoming engaged, or going into a committed relationship that will turn into these things. Some of you are just spending really good time with family, reconnecting with family. If this is not romance, then there might be reconnection with your family members, with your heritage. You might be moving to a place that is close to family members in a way that will kind of create the physical proximity will create emotional proximity. There's also a matter of going from no finances to a lot of finances very quickly. So this is not for all of you, obviously, but some of you that feel it or know what I'm talking about or how it could possibly happen, then this is confirmation for you. There was a connection that on the surface was hugging, supporting, loving, but low-key maintaining you very low. Whether this person is aware of it or not, whether it's intentional or not, either way, bottom line, that's what they were doing. This could be someone with a Mother Teresa type of syndrome, that they gather like injured people seemingly to help them, but actually to strengthen their ego or feel empowered over others. It's very hard to recognize it. These people often don't recognize it about themselves, right? It's not something people often are aware of within themselves, and on the surface it looks the same type of generosity and bringing in and being there for people, but there's something about that this person has a very strong sense of strong need of control. It's possibly not even, could be energetic somehow. There's something very taking about them. It's like, yes, let me give this and this to you, let me help you with this and that, but here's the price. It's almost like I'm super jumping to extremes, like, when you sell your soul to the devil. Now, they're not the devil. They're not asking you to sell them their soul. It's not surface obvious level. It's subtle. It's low key. It's hard for me to say if they're even aware. They might not be aware of it. Okay, let's continue. Sorry, Libra. I know it's not easy to hear. Ace of Wands. What is happening? Either way, you're out. You're out of this dynamic. You're out of this energy. There's movement. There's movement with resources. This is not an Ace of Wands acting out of passion and instinct, but with nothing, no safety net or nothing to be able to sustain you there. This is like, yes, acting on a whim, seemingly from the instincts, from the guts, but you have the resources, you have the money, you have the permits, whatever it is that you need tangibly to just go with it. Wonderful new start, a complete new cycle that is based on abundance, not on loss. I don't know why I'm stuttering. I even stuttered when I said stuttering. Show me more, please. After we're finishing with this, and before I move on to the extended, still here, I will do something special for the New Year's, and something that I started doing recently. I'm going to pull a major arcana card for you as homework, shamanic spiritual homework for you for the next month to assist the collective. You can either partake or not. I'll explain once we get there. And then after we do this, I'll also pull Oracle for you. Okay, Ace of Wands, exciting. This could be a new relationship. This could be a new step within an existing relationship. If you're in a committed, loving relationship, then this could be the two of you setting off on a new beginning, modified according to where you're at. I'm picking up on like a European castle. I know some of you might be traveling to Europe. I know it's kind of weird right now and hard, but I don't know your circumstance, so everything is possible. Some of you, oh my God, this is for like one or two of you. And if that's your case, I'm so jealous. So someone here is discovering that, will discover, and please, if that's you and that happens to you, come back and let me know in the comments. I dare you not to. Is going to find out that some sort of inheritance or a birthright, somehow they own a place somewhere. This could be a home or a real estate or land even. You're either given it or you're buying it. No, this is not buying it. This is like you're finding out you're giving it. You're being given it. Interesting. So the flags here in the Ten of Pentacles, I don't know, something with a foreign country comes up for me. Like it might be at a country that you're not living in, like, or at least a different state, but something that, and that might be the thing that gets you from lack to abundance. I don't know. It's a property of some sort. Two of Wands. It will require, a journey, a travel, to learn about it. This could be you reconnecting to family heritage, to where you come from, to your country of origin, to your language of origin. Maybe you're studying the language or speaking to, relatives. or just learning a little bit about the place. Maybe you're planning on relocating, and one of the things that their immigration is asking for is for you to know about the history or about the place. So you might be studying for it. You're just setting off on such new, wonderful energy. It's like there's so much fire and excitement. It's so exciting. Libra, this is such an exciting time. Oh my goodness. Strength. If this resonates with you, the aspect of living somewhere else or discovering a source of origin, it could be something tropical or ethnic, something that is culturally different than what you're familiar with or what you've experienced recently. I see nature, animals, for sure. You might be learning. Now, if that's not the case, another possibility is that some of you are learning about animals. Maybe you're visiting wildlife sanctuaries, or watching more documentaries, or volunteering at a shelter, or maybe even adopting a pet. This feels like a pet is adopting you, honestly. This feels like something that comes to you. This has a familiar vibe to it, and when I say familiar, I don't mean like, oh, I know you. Oh, that too, but familiar, like witchery way, like where your pet is your familiar. It's an extension of your spirit. It's your, your animal companion. It's not just a pet, right? But there is like wildlife vibe to this, so I don't know if it's a pet or you're going, I don't know, there's something, you might be just hiking or traveling, and then there's an encounter with an animal that strikes really, really deep. There's something about that you're just receiving a message from them or guidance from them, like you take it as a sign, as an omen, confirmation, yes. Read about the animal, read about what it symbolizes, what he or she symbolizes. I don't like that in English we refer to animals as it. An animal is not a table, it's not an object. It's a thing with English. In Hebrew, I would say he or she for an animal. I wouldn't refer to them as it. It's weird, and I purposefully always try, even when I speak in English about animals, to say he or she. It's a soul. They have character. They have a life. Like, it's just, I don't know. I find it strange. Second time that I've noticed Empress in the bottom of the deck. So definitely something with nature and animals is coming up. High Priestess, 10 of Wands. This could be homeopathy that focuses on animals. This could be you studying this medical field, this healing field of homeopathy that is more esoteric-ish, not really, because it's really grounded in science, but the aspect of working with the energy and frequency of the animal to help people. There's something that there might be a secret that is burdening you, that you feel burdened by this month, something that that you can't talk about, that you can't say. This could be something that you're hiding, this could be something that someone else in your life is hiding, and it feels you feel like it's getting too much. You want to talk about it, you want to release it, you want to say something, let it out. I can't tell you if to do so or not, because it depends on your circumstances and what it is. Like, if it's someone else's secret, I don't know if you should, but really it depends on the situation. But there is something a little bit burdening where you're like, oh, I wish I didn't know it. The burden of knowledge. The ignorance is bliss kind of thing. There are studies here mid-month and on, especially going into aqua season, where you go deeper into knowledge. And this 10 of Wands can also signify, like, the more you learn, the more you realize like you don't know anything. So you're studying something and you open one door that leads to another hallway of doors, and another door leads to another hallway of doors, and it's like, and you're like, oh my God, this is infinite. what have I done? This door that was open, this gate that was open, I have so much to learn. Just breathe, take it one step at a time, take it as an adventure. There's something very mystical about this energy with this. I have this line of temperance, strength, and high priestess. Some of you are high level type of healers, whether you know it or not. You're just presence. Your energy brings out the shadow from other people. So you might be dealing with, like, you're mirroring the truth for people. So you find yourself in situations where people blame you for, blame the messenger kind of thing. They see themselves reflecting back at them through you, and they assume it's you, or they project it onto you. And it's heavy, it's burdening, it's hard. And as you expand more and more with that skill and that ability, you will also gain tools to deal with it. And the aspect of your communication abilities, of being able to be truthful but also politically correct and relatable, will really, really help here, because you'll be able to still be a mirror to people and show them a truth about themselves with explaining it, or noticing that it's happening and then catching it as it happens in a way that makes sure that they don't project it onto you or turn it around against you, and that they know it's about them, not you, right? Placing a boundary and protection, which is very important to know how to do. And also help them digest the message in a way that, they can deal with. And that's a lot. It's a lot, Okay. One more card and then we'll move on, because it's already 40 minutes in. One more card to sum it up for my Libras, please, for January. The World. Perfect finale. Something is being very completed, really wholesome. And you're freed to really pursue your goals in life. Some of you are releasing so much karma and so many triggers and so many cycles. It's like, and it happens like boom, 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 one after another, and you're like overwhelmed with how many things you're just letting go of and transmuting properly, and able to kind of transform it into energy and power. It's beautiful. Leo had something similar with manifestation blow up, like in a good way. So maybe watch Leo as well. I guided you to watch Capricorns and Leo for January. Perfect. All right. Okay, guys, let's do your spiritual homework for the month of January for my light workers and shadow workers, seekers, Libra, that wish to support the collective shift and evolution of consciousness with harnessing the energy of the card that will come out. This is not part of the reading. This is not a forecast. This is not the superficial, on the surface interpretation of the card, but the energy work aspect of it. The cards are multi-layered, okay? Libra. Homework for Libra for the month of January to support the collective and expand their own consciousness, please. Oh, wow. Before I look at the tarot, these are runes, my hematite runes that I just filmed this morning, rune messages for my patrons over on Patreon, and I was working with the hematite ones, and they're all facing down, and the card that fell brought up, I don't know if you can see, this is Hotel in the upright. Hotel is very much this 10 of Pentacles combined with the Strength card. It's legacy, it's land, it's connection, it's the family tree, it's property. something with home, property, very, very good sign for those of you who are dealing with things like that. It's going to work out really well. There's something very stable and very strong and long lasting here. Cool. Our little devil. So fitting. Perfect. Okay. So the devil, when it comes to the energy work of it, is actually a beautiful, beautiful creature, and I feel like it's so fitting and will allow you to extract the positive aspects of this bond and release the negative ones. Okay? The only way out is in. Work with the energy, face the so-called enemy, right? Make it your ally, your friend, and then there's no more fear, and then it gets dissolved, right? What you resist persists. So if you keep running away from something, inevitably, because of the black hole syndrome, it will have to keep chasing you. So just turn around, face it headstrong, be like, hey, let's just figure this out, okay? Now it could be manifested as a person, but it's within yourself. It's your inner demons and shadows that you won't address that manifest with exterior events. Face it within, and the universe will take care of the rest. It won't have to mirror it back to you, okay? And also there's the element of the great earth and mother and femininity and sexuality. The devil is actually a representation of feeling like an outcast when you're actually just truthful and loyal to your essence and being judged by society. I talk all about it on the class that I have on the devil. I have classes for every single one of the tarot cards on my Tarot Masterclass Bunkai. So for my students, I will link the devil card below, the link, and just watch it because it's already paid for. Those of you who are not my Tarot Masterclass Bunkai students, you can still partake if you wish. You don't have to have the entire course unless you want to, which I would be very happy to, but it's not about that. You can simply rent or purchase this card separately. Okay? It's super affordable. I made it super, super approachable as a library for tarot and for shamanic work. So I delve deep into all the cards. And the major arcana come with infinite magic. Each one of them is like amazing. So check it out if you want to kind of harness this energy and learn more about this aspect and do the work for yourself and for the collective over there. Okay, great. Oracle. It's getting dark out. Oh my gosh. I need like one of those light circles so I could film it at night. Right now I just depend on like daylight, and so it really limits my ability to film, to shoot. Okay. Libras. Which oracle for your animal spirits? Let's see. Okay, so. Message from the animal spirit, please. For my Libra seekers for the month of January. This is personally for you, okay? This is a reading. What do my Libras need to know from the animal spirit, please, for the month of January? Too many, so I'm going to just take the peacock. Oh, there's two. Great, perfect. Peacock and cheetah. Libra, this month, you'll be watching someone fleeting your life. Let them. See all the eyes that this peacock has? I'm picking up that this is you, okay? This is your energy. It's also air element. It's very pretty, like you. The peacock has a very clear, it's cycling us back to the beginning. Very sharp insight. You're suddenly seeing something or someone with really sharp glasses. And so as you see them do what they do, or leave, just look at them. Don't run after them. You're watching them. I'm picking up on like watching them like leave or do whatever they do. Maybe this is something that they're used to doing to grab your attention, or a trick that they pull that you normally fall into and feed. Now they're just like, you suddenly see what it is that they do. You see the trick. You see the gaslight. You see the play. You see the whatever it is. Okay, it could be so many things. And you're no longer feeding into that game. You're just, all right. Oh, you want to leave? Okay, the door is open. It's not locked. Usually you say something. Usually you somehow play into it. Not this time. They might circle back around at one point. It doesn't matter. I don't know if you'll even be the same person if that happens, or by the time that happens. And others of you, this is both these energies are you, where you stand, you realize something. There's an aha moment. You're like, oh shit, that's what it is. And you take a moment, and like things kind of move in slow-mo, like everything starts to make sense, and you connect the dots in your head. And then as it sinks fully, you're out the door. Another aspect of it, it's an opportunity. This opportunity that comes by, that you recognize it's super for you and super important, and you go with it really, really fast. The second it comes in, you're like, this is what I was waiting for. This is what I need to do. Your instinct will work really, really sharp, and you'll just go for it. Go for it. Okay, I'll see you in a second in the extended. Thank you so much. If you're new to my channel, hello, love. Subscribe, press the bell button to receive notification. Please comment your thoughts, especially if you got the devil card and you're doing the work. I would love to know. Check out Patreon and Vimeo. Links are below to your extended, focusing on love. We're going to look into you and this dynamic of you and your person. And we'll also do a rune reading. I'll use these runes, not these, because these are more comfortable. Anywho, see you soon. I love you.